My name is John Harvey, and I work with Metal Express Radio. And today I am talking with two of the band members from 66 Crusher. Guys, introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Jarle. I play guitar and vocals.
I'm Martin, and I play guitar.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for doing this interview. Um, let's start with the album. You guys just released a new album, Limbo, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, believe it or not, I am writing a review on it for the same radio station. It's been done for a couple of days, but I wanted to wait until the interview before I posted it, just to get a little bit more insight on it, and add some actual, like, some info from you guys. So,
Uh,
um, if memory serves me right, this is one of your new albums, and you took a little bit of a break. Was it 7, 8 years between the last album and this one?
yeah, it's
Eight
been
years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a reason for the break, or just doing side projects?
Now
It's
it's kids, kids and family,
Life, huh?
and
Life got in the
yeah,
way.
yeah, and COVID. So
Ah, yeah. You know
it's
what? It's sad to say, but I don't count those 2 years of COVID.
no, me neither, basically. But yeah, it's life and family and kids. That's yeah, it's not easy to go full on with the band and all that when you know you have small kids and they take your time. So
but we've been
Yep.
up all the time, but we just haven't done a lot of stuff. We've just been writing songs and doing the recording, and time just flew by. But we don't have time to meet up as often as we like. So it's a couple of times a month maybe. So yeah.
sounds
I, I,
boring, but that's the way it is.
I believe me, I get it. I've got 6 kids, all the way from
Whoa.
4 up to 20, so I understand what you're talking about. Well, I will say this: your new album doesn't sound like you guys took a break at all. It's really good, and
Thank
I
you.
don't say that lightly. I was listening to it today. Uh, Stig, the guy that started the Metal Express Radio, he talks you guys up a lot. Says that this new album's one of his favorites, and I really like it. Could I ask you guys, because as I'm listening to it, there's there's a lot of just a lot of different styles in there. It, like, you listen to it, and sometimes you can hear some early Metallica, like some Black Album riffs in there, and then you listen to the same song, and it can get a little doomy, like, gets real slowed down. Uh, where do you guys pull your inspiration from? What bands do you listen to? Did you listen to that kind of inspired this album?
I think it's I guess we all grew up on like Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer and such bands, and so that was when we were kids starting out playing guitar, and that's how we learned to play. But we got into more progressive stuff a little later on, like Symphony X and Dream Theater and Queensryche and those bands, and of course a lot of other bands too. But I think we kind of made our style somewhere, in between all of those bands, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could see Dream Theater being an influence in there.
Uh,
Yeah, it's Metallica. Yeah, like you always said, it's we tried to Well, some of the songs was just screaming Megadeth sometimes. That's the vibe I got from the songs when he introduced them. So yeah, you're spot on.
Okay, good. Well, at least I'm not crazy then.
No.
All right. So you guys are based in Norway, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the metal scene like out there? I'm a huge black metal fan, so I know that there's a big black metal scene in Oslo and basically all around Norway. You guys are more of a uh I, I hate throwing labels out there, but listening, you're more of a thrashy, melodic kind of metal. What's the scene like out there? Is it big? Is it I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's
just
pretty big. A lot of black metal bands. We live in Bergen,
oh,
so
okay.
that's one of the main cities for the black metal scene. I think
It
we have
is.
bands like Gorgoroth and Enslaved and Book and a whole bunch. Um, so that's majority of the bands. That's the black metal stuff.
Okay.
I would say, yeah. So it's not a lot of thrash bands, and there's a couple of them, but not a lot of them.
Yeah. I don't think we like have any other bands that like sounds like us too much. I think we kind of stand alone. I guess in Bergen at least. I think.
You guys do have a unique sound. I will say that when listening to the album, you pick up hints and tones of influences, but you can't go, oh, these guys are ripping off these guys. Like some of that new metal that you got in the late '90s, early 2000s, it all sounded the same. So no, you guys do. You sound unique. That's for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Like I said, I try to put time and effort into listening to the albums that I'm reviewing, and I've been listening to you guys nonstop for the last week and a half. So it's definitely going to be one of my top albums of 2023 for sure.
Awesome.
Well,
Great to
we
hear.
take our time, writing the stuff. So we like choose try to be patient and waiting to get the good parts and make songs out of that instead of just writing something quickly that's decent but not great. So we have spent a lot of effort in trying to write something a little bit unique, maybe at least something you don't hear like all the time. So yeah, and hopefully it seems like people are liking it. So yeah.
Well, that brings me to another question that I have been just mulling over in my head. You're talking about the songwriting process and wanting to put good music down, good lyrics down. Uh, um, the new album has 7 songs and it's just over 50 minutes long. Uh, if memory serves me right, I think one of the shortest songs you've got on the album is like 5 minutes. What is how does the songwriting process go when you're dealing with, like, I think Limbo's like a 9-10 minute song.
Yeah.
How do you sit down and compose a song that long, or is it you sit down and you've got the structure of the song already written, and then the next thing you know, you've got a 10-minute song, and you're like, damn, we're gonna have to play this song live every now and again, and that's gonna be
Yeah. Well, sometimes when I bring out a song to rehearsal, and we might do a little recording or something, and wow, it's 10 minutes. I thought it was 6 minutes. So it's sometimes they're longer than I think they are. But I've been trying to write shorter songs, but it just doesn't happen. It comes like 5-6 minutes. So they have to have a start, an intro, and an ending, and all that, and it just happens. But it all builds from a riff and two, and you kind of build on it. So I don't have like a structure beforehand. It's it's just happening on the way. It's just it's a long process. So it's just trying different things, and doing a lot of work with the arranging of the songs. I think that's where the work is. To get a good sounding song, all through.
Okay, so
So this Limbo was also the ending of the Limbo. If you cut it in half, you have the ending with all the solos. That wasn't planned. That was kind of because that section is really awesome to play solos. So we did two two solos each, and that was kind of the rehearsal. We just decided that was cool to do. So the song got longer.
nice.
I could have been short, but it works. I think so. Ending of the album as well. So having some big epic ending, that's always cool.
Yes. Yeah. There's a couple of bands out in that area. I'm drawing a blank on one of them, but they had a 14-minute ending song, and I was like, wow, okay. But it fit the rest of the album, and I think Limbo, that one does as well. It fits the album, especially as a closer.
Yeah.
Uh so we talked about the metal scene, like the thrash metal scene out in Bergen and Norway. Uh are you guys planning any upcoming tours? I mean, it's March. It's starting to get warm out here by me. I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm almost like, you know, same line across as you guys when it comes to weather and temperature. So uh, it's like 40 degrees out now. You guys starting to get geared up for any summer fests, any tours, any just festivals out there or in Europe that you guys are going to be going to?
No, not at this stage. We haven't anything planned, but we kind of, it's 8 years since the last album, so I think we are kind of out of shape of the, working towards promoters and all that work. That's kind of another thing to do. so, um, so we should definitely check with our label guy. Maybe he has some suggestions, and people could help us get on some cool festivals or whatever.
But we're planning to do some live stuff now this spring, something like that. But nothing's been settled yet. So, but like trying to do some live stuff again. That's the plan.
We're also rehearsing a bass player, so we haven't had a bass player in a couple of years.
Okay. Okay. So
So
you
that's
guys are
also something to, it has to be done.
okay. Well, yeah, I would assume if you're needing a bass player, you got to get them in place and up to speed before some of the live stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a bass player, who's covering bass uh on the new album? Are you one of you guys filling in duties, or did you just get a hired gun to come in and play bass?
Well, I play bass on the album. We figured that was just the easiest way to do it at the time, because we were like a trio and we did all the writing and new recording. So we figured I'd just play it, and instead of bringing in guys and getting them up to speed. So it worked okay, I think. So, but plan is to get like a permanent bass player so we can have a full lineup again and being ready for the future. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean that makes sense. If you've got a need to fill, might as well fill it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, you guys have anything you want to say to your fans, to future fans? Where can people get your music? That sort of stuff.
It's all the digital platforms, and we have a Bandcamp website or whatever it is. I haven't. I don't know quite what that is. The Bandcamp thing. It's but you can order the CDs from there. I don't know what the address is even. Just
I think I've
Bandcamp
got
and
it.
then search for 66CRUSHER, and you should get all the info there. So yeah, go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the little press release that you guys gave for the album, so I can I'll definitely put that in the review and some links uh on this interview as well so people can go check you out. I've been listening on Spotify. I don't know if that helps you guys as a band. I hear that it's like pennies on the dollar, but
No,
it's
that
the
doesn't help
convenient way.
much.
What's that?
I don't think the streaming thing helps. I think it's better to buy a CD. so,
I think so as
yeah.
well.
Mm.
In addition to CDs, I ask this of everybody because I'm a huge vinyl guy. You guys press any vinyls? You have any older recordings on vinyl?
No, not yet, but we have a little plan of doing it, but maybe a little later on. We want to check how the response was first, and we might press some vinyl a bit later. But it's a small budget, so we have to choose wisely what to do. So, but hopefully, we'll maybe do that later on. Yeah.
Oh, I understand that completely. Especially I I hear pressing vinyl gets to be kind of expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, but if you sell it, it's great. But we don't want to keep it all ourselves, so we need to sell.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think it was almost $4,000. If the dollar is, yeah, something like that. Because you don't. I think was it 300 vinyls you have to press. That was the kind of the smallest order of the vinyls. So then you end
Okay.
up with $4,000, something like that. So we don't know if we're gonna sell all that. So, but if the demand is there, we would, of course, consider it. It would be
Well,
very cool to have.
yeah, that'd be uh, something awesome to keep in the collection, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to think here. Uh, let's see. We got the new album that just came out here in the last couple of days. Um, yeah, I don't know. If you guys got anything you wanna say, like I said, I don't script any questions. I try to keep this as free flowing as possible. So if you guys wanna plug anything, say anything to your fans.
Yeah, thanks for checking out our music and check us out live if you live close to Bergen. We hopefully will be playing something there. But yeah.
Now, do you keep your Facebook page updated with like new stuff that's coming up, coming out, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, try to like keep posting new stuff, but as I said, we hadn't planned any live stuff yet, but once we do, we will post it and get it out there.
Okay, so basically follow 66 Crusher on Facebook, and any new updates, well, you'll be seeing
Yeah,
them
that
there.
will be there. Yeah.
Perfect. You guys have an Instagram as well, or?
Yeah, we have an Instagram. I think, yeah, search for 66CRUSHER. I don't know if that's also up to date always, but yeah, we try to.
It's hard to keep social media up
Yeah,
to date,
we've
isn't it?
been out of the game for quite a while now, so it's kind of new for us to think in those terms.
I didn't even think
Updating and
about that.
social media, all that. So kind of okay. We have to
Yeah,
do that now.
it's different from 8 years ago, huh?
Yeah, I noticed that a lot more things are kind of everything is closer. I feel no, it's not that far from us to the people who are checking out the band. So it's yeah, they're quite different.
Yeah, it's easier for people to access your stuff now, so it helps in a way, but uh it's also one of those things that I think if you're not constantly in their face, they move away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's yeah. Hmm. We got one comment when we, we released the new album day with the link and all that. And one was he was like, "Are you still alive?" That's great. so so we not haven't been very active the last years. We kind of don't have anything to say either. So there's been some people who kind of thought we were done.
well, glad you're not. Like I
Yeah.
said, this new album is really good, and I if it hasn't already had good reception, I'm sure it's going to.
It's been
Yeah.
great so far. I think like all
Yeah.
the views we've gotten has been great. So it's been very positive. Yeah, everything I think.
Well, we lost him,
Martin is out.
and we'll wait for him to come
Yeah.
back. Ah, so how was the weekend? Anything fun?
No, it's been not much. Just chilling out. It's been a hard week, so it was nice to have a few days off. Yeah.
Relax. Yep, I know that feeling. All right. Well, I don't have any other questions for you guys. If you guys uh don't have anything else to say, I'll do my outro, and then I'll let you guys get back to your Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
So,
much.
My pleasure. I love talking to the bands. I love talking to them about the music. I mean, I could sit there and listen to the album, but you get more out of it when you talk to the people that actually wrote it and sing it, and were feeling it as they were putting it on paper and recording it. So no, it's always good to talk to the artist.
yeah, it's been great so far. The response has been very good. So we had a feeling it was a pretty good album, but the response has been way better than expected. So
Good.
I think we got the sound right this time also. The guitar sound, we're pretty happy with that, and the mix is pretty good. So
Yeah.
pretty happy with that one.
It is this if I'm not mistaken, you guys have been using the same sound studio. This is what, the second time, the second album?
We recorded the drums in the same studio, but the guitars we did ourselves. The guitar sound we did ourselves,
Okay.
and the bass and the vocals and the keys. So we did everything except the drums.
So you guys did that all in house. You didn't go to a
Yeah,
studio.
no, we are rehearsing at an old studio, so we have the walls with the glass and the multi-cable, so we can mic up amps and work on the sound
Oh, that's pretty cool.
basically for free. So we did that because we wanted to, decide for ourselves what guitar sound is the best. Basically, no one else is kind of deciding for us because that's been the case. Not always the best result, but this time we got the guitar sound we wanted.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. So that makes a huge difference when it comes to production and sound. Then that's awesome.
Yeah, it's easy to, you know, if you have an engineer or producer, you get along with them and you listen to them, kind of what they know. So it's not, and then when we are mixing and done with the mix, we're kind of, it's okay. The guitar sound is okay, but this time we did it ourselves, and yeah, we're pretty happy with the sound now.
And
No, that's awesome. I'm
the
sorry.
mix
What was that?
the mix was done by Russ Russells, and he did a great job on it also to make it, sound the way we wanted. So that was very good.
Yeah, I mean, when you can work with people that actually are looking for the same style sound, or like you said, when you're doing it yourself, you're gonna get the product that you want, not what somebody else thinks you should be putting out there. So that taking control over as many aspects as you can, I think is always going to be better in the long run. It might be more work, but it's going to produce what you want, not what somebody thinks that you should sound like or what somebody wants you to sound like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, it
also
was pretty cool. Pretty happy with the tone. So
mm, also gives you the opportunity to try different things. You don't have to worry about time and money and such like. So we were able to take the time we needed to get everything right. So I think that's positive of doing a lot of it ourselves. So
Oh yeah, uh freedom's a good thing, right?
yeah,
yeah, and also Russ, he has worked with almost every Napalm Death album there is, and also a lot of bands. He's kind of an old school guy.
Okay.
And
I
he
I,
mixed
I
the
wasn't.
record, and he mixed the record, and the first mix was kind of like, you got it, because he just understand where everything should be, and it was just minor tweaks from our side. So it was pretty smooth process.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. And especially if you got like an old veteran in there that knows what they're doing, knows what they're listening or listening for, and can just nail it right off the bat. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't realize that he had worked with Napalm Death. They're a pretty big band too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's basically almost in the band. That's what he told me. It was kind of that's it's him. They working with him. That's just the way it is. But he's kind of very, yeah. He's not a lot of ego. He's just one of us basically.
That's
So
good to see.
yeah. So also the drummer who couldn't be here today. He also it's the first time that he is kind of happy with the drum sound also. So I just I know him from another band that I was playing in, and he mixed our record and suggested that this time we could use him. So I just knew he would nail it basically.
Well,
Did yeah.
That was awesome.
I will say he nailed it.
Yeah. So it's the first time we had that massive, big sound.
Nice. Yeah, that helps when you're confident in your album and it sounds good. That I don't know, ego's not the right word to use because it's not what it is, but just being confident in what you're putting out there and what people are listening to makes a world of difference.
Mm. Yeah, it's a good sound. Is kind of if you have good songs, that's of course the most important. But a good sound is pleasant to listen to. You just you don't get bored with it. If things sound a little bit dull, that's it's not helping. So
No,
a
definitely
great
not.
sounding record or mix, yeah, that's yeah, we like that, of course.
Yeah, not everything can sound like black metal, right?
No, not
On
our
an old
style, I think.
on an old Casio recorder.
Yeah, that's the way they want it.
That's the way they want it. That's for sure. The lower
But
budget,
that's
the
a
lower.
vibe also. So you know,
That's true. That's true.
so but we wanted a little bit more polished than that.
Well, I would say mission accomplished on that one for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Well, my name is John Harvey, and thank you guys for listening to this interview on Metal Express Radio. Today, our guest was 66CRUSHER.
With Jarle.
Martin from 66CRUSHER.